All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Process Server and Messenger, another episode. It's Monday updates today. And yeah, we're just about to get started. But before we do, I'd like to remind everybody to please like, rate, review, subscribe to the podcast wherever you're listening and however you're listening. And go ahead and check out my social medias, my patreon.com/process server and messenger. All your support helps. And we're just building and growing here every day. So the more you support, the more content I can come up with and the more of my ideas that I can go out there and execute. And with that little friendly message, happy Monday, everybody. It's the beginning of the work week. And let's start the show. We are back. All right, guys. Happy Monday. We got a great update episode lined up for you today. I'm kind of trying to play around with the format, so I'm going to be trying a couple of things here on the podcast today. I hope they work out. We'll see. They worked out in tests, so we'll see if I can execute. Still working on the podcast, still growing it. There's still things I need. I need a camera. I need a real camera. I need to take my camera to the shop. Excuse me. I haven't done that yet, and I've been saying I've been doing that. I'll be doing that for a while, but you get busy. Things add up. I got stuff going on. It's not really the priority at this point, but I do have to fix the camera so I can have a better image. I think I have to do something about this lighting. Oh, man. That's always how it is. You start the podcast and then you start sneezing. But yeah, I do have to do something about this lighting. It's not ideal, but yeah, state of the podcast. We're growing and need to kind of fix some of these problems that have been lingering for a while. It's okay. I'm busy. I got stuff I'm doing. I did some research on how I can make this better and how I can do a better job. And basically the thing I got to do better is come up with segments, more organized segments. So I've been doing the newsroom segment, California newsroom kind of Monday update segment. And I'm going to continue with that, but I've also added a couple of segments that I'm going to kind of try out today. So far today, I got to go try to serve someone later this evening. So it's a residence that I'm trying to attempt. Right now it's the middle of the day. I'm going to knock out this podcast and throw it up on YouTube and on everywhere where you get your podcasts. But I had been to CT Corp earlier today. I had been to someone's residence earlier today. So I've already knocked out quite a little bit of work here. I do have to do the proofs of service now and then send out the invoices. I usually like to do that the same day. It's a little tricky because I'm just one guy. I'm a sole proprietor, so I like to get home and execute these proofs fairly quickly after I've served it. Just if for nothing else, it's because you don't want to forget something. You don't want to. It's fresh in your head. You have the date and time, the description of the person. You have everything kind of fresh, and the sooner you can get it done, the better. And I've been looking to get it done on same day. When I used to work for some larger attorney service companies, we used to try to get them within 3 days, like usually next day, ideally 2 days if there was you were super busy, and then 3 days was kind of like it was getting old. I think that's fair. As much as I've struggled with that, and I don't think there's any. Some documents have proofs that need to be filed in a timely manner. Some of them, they all do, but it's laid out in the state code for a lot of them. So like for subpoenas, it's like 5 days before, or maybe small claims, it's 5 days before the hearing. And I'm not sure what it is for summons, but you shouldn't really even worry about that. You should try to get those out. Same day is like kind of a stretch, but next day would be ideal. I've been trying to do CT Corp same days. I got those down. Those are easy, and I try to make a priority out of those, so I can pretty much serve CT Corp and get the proof done all in the same day and get your invoice out. And as a business practice, that's like way better than what I used to do, which is just I don't know. I feel like I didn't want to get the invoices out to clients because I thought maybe I was rushing them or something. And now I've realized that it's not being pushy. It's just being organized. So excuse me for a second. I'm going to step out and cough and sneeze because every time I start this podcast, that's what happens. Like it's we start the podcast and then all of a sudden I start falling apart. All right, and we're back. So yeah, I try to get those invoices out same day. It's just easier for me because if you're running a small operation, you want to keep it tight, you want to keep it organized. And sending invoices out any later than like immediately, like it's like you're adding a whole new department to your business. You're now doing collections. You're doing accounts receivable. You have a whole new job. And if you can just kind of knock that out and get it to the client immediately and just take care of it, prepay is like preferred, but not necessary. But I try to tell my clients prepay, not because partially because I want to get paid and then to do the job, and it makes it easier, but it really makes it easier in terms of staying organized because I don't have to. That's just something we can knock out right here, right up front, and then it doesn't become. I have some clients that pay on a month-to-month basis, or they basically take care of their invoices in their own timely manner, and these are clients that I very much trust and who I've built up a lot of work with over time. So I don't really have a problem doing that, but those are like very special clients and they're very good. And so I treat them well, I think, in that regard. But for the most part, almost nobody, that's like 1% of the people or 1% of my clients that I let do that. And it's really only because of our relationship over a long, long period of time. But I mean, at some point I said moving forward, I'm going to just try to treat it as much like a McDonald's as possible, where you pay and then you get your order. I think that's fair. And like, the collections aspect of it, it's really just trying to collect after the job's been done. And now all of a sudden you've signed the proofs and you've served people, you signed the proof, you've done all the emailing, you've done all whatever filing you need to do. If you need to do filing, you've done it all. You went to the notary. And it's like one more thing, now you got to collect. It just adds to the work. And I don't know why I started talking about that. Because I gotta get to that after I put this podcast up. I've kind of finished serving people for the day, except for one more that I'm planning on doing in the evening. So yeah, nothing real crazy either. I've been serving CT Corp a lot, so I've been there mostly, and I'm really, really still trying to build up work going to CT Corp. Trying to find my clients that will allow me to do that and will fit in with that. And they're out there, and I do have some, and I'm thankful for them. And it's a great match for me, and I've been really focused on building that side of my business. But anyways, nothing really exciting at CT Corp. That's the best part about it. It's just pretty routine. I do most of the time do the intake portal, where at CT Corp you can serve them just the regular old school way, printing out paperwork and handing it to them. Probably the best way is to print out the paperwork and then you use their intake portal to have a cover slip. You can like give the job an ID number, and that way you're turning in the physical documents, and it has their face page on it with the ID number. So just you get an email notifying you the name of the person. It was served to, the date and the time. So it's just nice to have that in email form, just like to confirm. I don't know. It's insurance. It's like insurance. It's like proof that you did it. They're sending you an email receipt that you served them. So it makes it more. I don't know. I've never had a problem with that. So I never had a problem with documents getting served or lost with CT Corp. But it's nice that they have the email system for the intake portal if you do a hand delivery. And then the other method they do is e-delivery, which I use as much as I can, which is you upload the PDF of the documents you're serving, and then you get an ID number, then you go to their office, and then you tell them the ID number of your documents, and then they receive it, and then they send you an email. So basically you load it up onto their web portal, the documents you're serving in PDF form, and then you still have to, because of the Code of Civil Procedure, you still have to physically go to CT Corp and tell them. So there's a form that you fill out and you write down your job ID numbers, and then you get an email notifying you that they received it and it was served. But it's just a way to not have to print, to go paperless. It's more eco-friendly. It's more business-friendly. It's less printing. It allows your work to be done cheaper. It's green. It helps the planet, I guess. Less paper. People are always trying to go paperless. It's like a business move, but it's also like you can sell it as like a planet-friendly move, which I guess it is. All right, it is what it is. But it is nice. I do that as much as I can. The e-service at CT Corp. I don't think it's an issue, but there's an issue. It's not an issue, but I always wondered how you're allowed to serve something via electronic portal. Like I can email you the documents essentially. And that's considered service of process, but it's really not, because you have to go to their office and you have to announce service still. So that's how they're kind of getting around that. Not getting around. It's a way to comply with state code in a modern era where I don't have to print the documents, because what happens is I serve CT Corp with physical documents. They take those documents and they scan it in, and then they send it to whoever they're supposed to send it to, whoever signed up with them, whatever contact they have. So they're just digital. They're just turning your physicals into a digital anyway. So, it just makes sense that you would serve them on the e-portal and then and then to comply with state code, then you show up and announce service by giving them the ID number. And that way you have an email from them that notifies you it was done, and you can feel like extra secure that they got what you sent them. So I'm glad that we're there now. I'm glad that we can do more. I don't want the people to be e-served, kind of to take away my job if you can just serve someone by emailing them. So I'm not like advocating for that, but if I, as a process server, can email a registered agent the documents and then show up and log them in, I like that. That's a good thing for me. That's been good for me. So yeah, I've just been going to CT Corp a lot. I've been trying to focus on that. LegalZoom is right next door, a couple blocks down. Actually, it's 2 blocks down. I have been going there less frequently. The other thing I wanted to say about the e-delivery at CT Corp before I forget, there are times where I will do the hand delivery when I have to serve documents with a check, so like a subpoena for production. If I have to attach some people have a PDF, the e-check. There's a couple of, I think Deluxe is one company. There's a couple companies that do e-checks, and so they'll add that as a PDF that you can upload. So that doesn't matter so much. But when I have to actually write a check, like I have a client with a subpoena and it's got a production fee of $15, and they don't have an e-check, then that's like a case where I will always print it out and fill out the hand delivery form and then staple the check to it to make sure that they get their check. But other than that, I use e-delivery, just about as frequently as I possibly can. It's a good system and I appreciate it. Okay, back to LegalZoom. I go there less frequently. They don't really, I don't know, I'm not aware of them having an intake portal system. They're a little bit jankier, not in terms of the service they provide to their clients, but in terms of the process server experience of serving them. It's like you're actually walking into a little tiny office and handing it to someone. They've made great improvements. They now log it in and you have to actually sign for it, which is crazy. I don't like that. The process server signing that when I gave something to them, I'll do it if that makes them happy. I don't really care. That's more proof that I was there and served it. But, CT Corp doesn't make me do that. CT Corp is basically the best one to serve. It's if I could just do that, you'd all be paying less money, keep the cost down, keep the volume up. That's the dream. So yeah, that's been going on with business. All right, let's try to do this thing I've been talking about. Hold on. I think this is where I want to start. Okay, so one of the segments we came up with is cycling in LA, or like a cycling segment. I guess maybe I should come up with a name for it, but I do have the bike in the background. I do still, one of the reasons I wanted to be a process server in the first place was because I loved being out of the office. I loved being on my bike. I loved riding around. I loved locking up the bike and serving someone or picking something up or delivering something and then back on the bike and was outside a lot. I was getting exercise. I fell in love with cycling. And it's still like a hobby that I keep to this day. No matter how busy I am, I always try to fit in time for a bike ride. And I got this great bike over my shoulder here, which I like to keep in the frame. But yeah, when it all started, that's essentially where the passion came from. So I wanted to have a cycling section where I can share the videos that I have. I can share the just the sites, and the document riding your bike in LA, a beautiful place and a beautiful place to ride your bike. So let's see what I got for you here. So there we go. Check this out. Production. If you're listening on a podcast and you're not watching on YouTube, I have a video I took of this weekend riding through Venice. And it was just dirty. It rained a lot. Dirty in the sense of there was sand everywhere, not dirt. Just rained a lot, so there was sand everywhere. And maybe some of you bike people out there are gonna not be happy seeing me ride my bike through all this sand up getting done. But hey, you know what I mean? You buy a bike, you ride it. That's how it works. I don't mind getting a little messy. No. But one thing that struck me when I watched this video, cycling through LA, my first segment is going to be about these freaking joggers. And if you notice how many joggers there are on this bike path in Venice and Santa Monica, this is the Venice section, but we're approaching Santa Monica. I think it's been like 2 or 3 already, and trust me, there's more and more and more. Yeah, it's one of those things, man. I sat here watching the video. There's so many people jogging on the bike movie. It's crazy. So I thought I'd post this video so you can kind of see. It's not as bad on a rainy day like this, but definitely coming up plenty of joggers that just there's people standing in the bike lane, just hanging out, stretching, taking pictures. These people on the left here are just taking pictures. Well, there's another jogger, but there's someone taking pictures up here. as kids are trying to climb that sand dune right there. You can notice it's a rainy. It rained earlier, the day before and the night before, so it's kind of messy, and there's clouds are in the sky. It drizzles a little here and there. But it was nice because there was not too much wind. It wasn't like a minute wind. It wasn't like a storm. It was more of like a slow moving rainfall through the course of a couple of days. And yeah, it was perfect, nice little bike ride that I was able to go on. And this is just the beach section of it. I rode through Venice, and it was just a nice day, just a nice day out there. But yeah, I couldn't help get around at the jogging in the bike lane. So this segment, cycling in LA, is all about please don't jog in the bike lane. This is the skate park coming up. It wasn't that busy this weekend. It was a lot of rain, so I didn't see a lot of skaters out there. I don't think they like to skate in the rain. I think that's bad for your equipment. Probably also not a whole lot of fun. So yeah, there's still people out and about in Venice. There's still a nice day. Or just a rainy day, and just a chance for me to show some of this cycling footage. Exciting stuff right here, driving slower to that right. I was in the bike app, but it was a nice day out there. Let's see what else I got on this here. Horses, skip board. Yep, that's through Venice. That's through the Venice border. Just a nice day, beautiful day. Perfect weather to go cycling. Dang, go out sand, yeah. I know it's not great to ride direct through sand, probably. But what's a bike if you're not going to ride it? Yeah. Don't jog in the bike lane. So, hey, that section worked. All right. That's clip number 1 or number 2. I was looking on ways to improve the podcast, and it said come up with sections. So this section is cycling in LA. Now, section number 2. Yeah, check this out. We're all... Oh, wait, no, I want to do this one later. No, this is California, the newsroom. Yeah, this is the one. Yeah. So, this is where I'm going to get the when I do the Monday updates. This is where I go. This is the California newsroom where I get the updates from. And so I checked it out earlier. Let's see if I can get this to work. Okay. Commission confirms 3 appointments to courts of appeal. Okay. Los Angeles, Riverside, and Fresno. And then we have a story about supporting Native American communities in our court system. Let's take a look at that. I always like to see how courts can reach out to communities. This one's Native Americans, but last week we talked about San Bernardino had come out with their own court justice truck. And that was funny. It was nice the way that they can reach out to their communities. So this story is all about began with the tribal court judge for a meeting with the state's chief justice where they talked about areas of concern. jurisdictional issues, enforcement of orders and judgments, access to justice. Access to justice, man, that's like the theme of the year for the court system. So yeah, it looks like they just kind of like banged that out. Humboldt and Yurok Tribal Court formed a wellness court, family wellness court. Okay, that's great. This is an interesting article. Joint jurisdiction courts operate in El Dorado, Humboldt, and Del Norte counties. Let's see, what we are engaged in is nothing short of redesigning a new and better way of doing things when it comes to our families who are struggling with substance abuse and have children in the child welfare system, said Judge Royce Heinrichs of the Humboldt Superior Court, who presided over the Family Wellness Court, with Yurok Tribal Court Chief Judge Abby Abinati. Okay. So yeah, it looks like they're just trying to help out and assist and give people access to... California has 32 tribal courts serving approximately 50 tribes. California is home to more people of American Indian, Alaskan heritage, Native heritage than any other state. Currently 109 federally recognized Indian tribes in California and several non-federally recognized tribes. Petition for federal recognition. So yeah, all right, we're doing access. So that's good. Any story about access to justice kind of, I think, is a fun one to read. It's uplifting. It helps you feel better. So yeah. Anyways, that's what's going on with the courts. Let's see if I can navigate this. Let's see, who are these guys? Yeah, because we got some new appointments to the Court of Appeal. Let's see if we can find their names and say congratulations. Nope, can't find it. Sorry, guys. I guess we'll never know. Sorry. Haven't worked out all the kinks in this segment. So yeah, that's it. I guess we got 3 new appointments to the Court of Appeal, but we'll never know their name. Congratulations. All right, and check out this other segment I came up with, which I thought would be nice. I call it, let's see if I can land this. Nope. Just a second. I'm trying to highlight some small businesses I go to in the area, just because I'm a process server, and a lot of the times I'm out here eating food and going to places and shopping at places that I wouldn't otherwise get a chance to. So it'd be nice if I could highlight some of these places I go, because we're all small businesses and we're all in it together. So here we go. I think I nailed it. I think I did that. Okay, I got this place. It's called Lei'd Cookies, and it's in Culver City. And I went to it the other day. Yeah, Lei'd Cookies. I went to it the other day, and it was really, really good. Really good. Really great cookies. I really liked it. And so it's on, there's the address right there, 8588 Washington Boulevard in Culver City. They don't do a dozen cookies, they do 10. I think it was like $35. So, but they were delicious cookies. Let's see if we can show what they got here. I'm going to try to look for a menu. Because they had some really interesting cookies. It was one of those places that had really, really interesting cookies. Kind of specialty flavors. And if I can find a list of them, you'll see. I'm really trying here, guys. These are the kinks of trying new things. You don't always land it like you think you are. I'm trying to find some of these cookies because they had some really, really interesting. Yeah, $35. Build a box of 10. Okay, I guess here's a list. I wish they had pictures, but brown butter, chocolate chipped. That was just a regular. Oh, I love when they put the sea salt on top of the cookie. That's so good. The salt really, really, wakes up your tongue, and you can salt with a little bit of chocolate and a cookie. They gave us 2 of those, so we got 10, and they threw in 2 of those for free. So I was able to have one of those, and it was so good. I had the the Mayan one. That one had cayenne in it. So like it had like a not weird. It had a it was really chocolatey cookie. It was chocolate cookie with chocolate chip, and then you eat it, and then you start to feel the spice, and like I wasn't prepared for the level of spice on a chocolate cookie. It was definitely a pleasant surprise. So I would order that one again for sure. It's a nice mix. It's like a doing a cayenne, doing like a red pepper with the chocolate. I liked it. I had the Hawaiian 2.0. I had the s'mores. I had the cannoli. I had the Earl Grey cheesecake. Didn't do that one. Flourless brownie. Guava and goat cheese. I don't think I had that one. I don't know. They probably sold out of that one. Yeah, it says most popular. I don't even remember that one being there. I would have totally done that. Strawberry passion fruit. I think I got that one. I got the cardamom pistachio. They didn't have these Fruity Pebbles Snickerdoodle. They probably sold out. Matcha, strawberry. Yeah, I had that one. And I had the mango sticky rice. I got that one specifically for my wife because she likes mango sticky rice, and they had it on a cookie, and it was. I never had that on a cookie. I never even seen it before. That one's worth getting just for the uniqueness of it. Definitely really good. This place was great. I also got afterwards I got a pint. I don't know how much ice cream. I got a little. I went to the store and got French vanilla Breyers ice cream. They sell ice cream here, but I'm a Breyers man. I like Breyers. I like that French vanilla from Breyers. Can't go wrong. So I had the French vanilla from Breyers. Had some Lei'd cookies, and it was good. It was so good that I wanted to throw it in this segment and give these guys a little shout out and a little free advertisement because, I mean, look at those pictures. That's how the cookies looked. All of the cookies looked like that. All the cookies were picture. They were like perfect. They didn't. This wasn't like a thing where you see a pictures right there of the cookies and what you get in real life is, doesn't resemble that. That's how it looks right there. That's exactly how it came out. That's exactly how they serve it to you. And they're big too. These are big cookies. That cookie is the size of your whole hand. It's not like a Chips Ahoy size. It's not just a whatever size cookie. It's a big thick cookie. If you get 10, you can't eat all 10 no way. No. This is like you could do. You get 10 for you and your friends, and you share them, and you have a bite of each, and you get 3 or 4 people, and you have a couple bites of each of the cookies, and then you'll still have some left over for the next day. Because $35 for 10 cookies, you might think a little pricey, but this is one of those cases where you're really getting. It's not like a small volume of cookies and you're kind of overpricing them. It's like they give you too much cookie. The cookie's too big. you get 10 cookies for $35 and you go, how do they make money on this? These cookies are they're huge and they're fresh and they're delicious. So that's a cool area, Culver City right there. I've seen there's a couple people that do LA in a minute. Literally, that's what it's called. So I don't mean to talk specifically about that guy because he's not the guy I'm talking about here. But people do like LA reviews and food reviews and LA neighborhood reviews, and I don't see a lot of stuff for Culver City. Excuse me. I don't see a lot of stuff popping up in Culver City, and I think it's a mistake because every time I go there, there's something new. There's something new restaurant I haven't tried. I don't know how long these guys have been there. Maybe these guys have been there forever, and I'm like, I'm the last guy to find out about it. But I've been loving going through Culver City lately because they have a ton of stuff there. I actually like Culver City a lot. But I don't know how long these guys have been here. I really don't. Maybe I'm the last person to find out about this place. But yeah, there you go. Meet the founders. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Cool. Great job, guys. So yeah, that's my small business LA shout out. I'm going to find titles and names for all these segments. But yeah, at least I'm trying. I'm trying some new things. I have the news review. I have the small business shout out, which is probably 90% of the time going to be food related. And I got my bicycle video. So yeah, we're developing concepts here on the podcast. We're breaking new ground on this Monday. Hey, we're back. So thanks for going through that with me. I'm gonna maybe have to develop this a little further. Maybe come up with intros and title cards and all that fun stuff. But hey, I say that's a success. We covered some new ground. We went over some access to justice stories, which I love, and hopefully we supported some local small businesses. And either way, happy Monday to everybody. It's the beginning of another work week, and Monday Night Football on tonight. All right, who's playing? It's the Cowboys and the somebodies. I don't even know. Cowboys and the Raiders? Is that it? All right. I hope your team wins. I hope everybody wins. And with that, let's see if I can make the final cut. I'm doing so much production on here now. It's like, it's a lot. So bear with me. But anyways, with that, everybody, I hope your teams win. I hope you have a good work week. We're going to be back on Friday with another episode, and we're going to keep developing new ideas, and above everything else, we're going to serve CT Corp all day, every day. And, that's that. All right, everybody, be safe out there. Have a nice rest of your week. I'll see you on Friday. Bye.